YouTube, what is good? Welcome back to another video. Today guys, I am on Call of Duty World at War, except this time we're on the Xbox Series X. This game released on November 11th of 2008, nearly making this game 13 years old now. Now this game on the Xbox Series X has an improved resolution as well as a boosted FPS, and these definitely make the game look a lot better than it ever has. With that being said, since this game is so old now, it doesn't look the absolute best in every area, but overall from the visual aspect you can definitely see that it's improved. Call of Duty World at War brought a lot into the Call of Duty franchise when it came to the campaign, multiplayer, and zombies especially. Something that's crazy to think about is some of the zombies maps that we're still playing on to this day that have just been remastered several times originated from this game, and a lot of people don't even know that because they never even had the opportunity to play this game. And it's the same thing with multiplayer. There was a lot of weapons that were introduced in this game that we still have up until this day in the more recent CODs. It's crazy to think about how old this game is getting and that there's still some people playing it till this day. With that being said though, it was definitely not easy to find a lobby in this game whatsoever. It took me a few days and a bunch of different attempts throughout the day at different times in order to finally get into a lobby. So it is definitely possible to get into a lobby, but I wouldn't say you can expect to just hop on the game and find one with no problems and very quickly at all. There's definitely groups of individuals playing this game. You just have to be on at the right time and click the right playlist in order to get into these lobbies. A tip I can give you guys in order to find a game would have to be to try out a bunch of different playlists. This isn't Team Deathmatch as you would expect, it's actually War. For those of you that don't know, War was just a popular playlist in World at War, and you can kinda relate it to Domination. But overall, you would expect to get into a TDM game since that's what a lot of players go to on these older Call of Duties. But in my case, in the hours of me trying to find a lobby, Team Deathmatch actually didn't end up working out for me, and War did. But a couple tips in order to help you guys find a lobby, those would be to not play too early in the morning or too late at night, so definitely play in the middle of the day, and try out a couple different playlists, because that might help you as well. Something else to consider is the fact that if you don't have the map packs, those maps are in the normal rotation of the game. This is something that I forgot about and I didn't have them downloaded, so once I finally got into a lobby, I was only able to play 1 or 2 games before one of the map pack maps came up and it kicked me out of the lobby. So this is definitely unfortunate, so if you have those map packs, definitely download them before you start trying to get into lobbies. But once you finally get into a lobby, it is definitely worth the time. This game was a lot of fun to play back in the day, and especially now on next gen, how it looks a lot better, it's so much fun to get back on and play. As I mentioned earlier, this Call of Duty introduced a lot of brand new things into the franchise and definitely stands out. Call of Duty World at War was an overall very dark game, and by that I just mean the way that the maps were set up when it came to even campaign or even zombies. Many would say the multiplayer in this game was extremely basic, especially compared to what we have nowadays, but overall it was a lot of fun to play, and it brought some brand new things that we wouldn't have expected to see in a Call of Duty game at the time. And what I mean by a basic multiplayer, for those of you wondering, is the fact that when it came to like kill streaks, for example, it was a 3 kill streak for a spy plane or a UAV, a 5 kill streak for an artillery, and then a 7 kill streak for dogs, and that was it. There was no using different kill streaks in every other match, it was just those 3 every single time, and if you earned them, you got them. Yes, it definitely got repetitive over time, but those 3 kill streaks were definitely really cool and unique, and it certainly wasn't that difficult to earn them. 7 kill streak got you attack dogs in this game. Compared to other Call of Duties and Black Ops games, this was crazy. But evidently, no one knew what Call of Duty was going to bring us in the future at the time, so a lot of people really enjoyed this, including myself. But a lot of features in this game were definitely very similar, if not the same, to the prior Call of Duty we had the year before, which was Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Although the leveling up and prestiging was very similar to COD 4, World at War definitely had its own unique twist to it, and one of the main reasons for that is because of the fact that it took place during a different time period. Something else that was pretty unique about this game when it came to the multiplayer was the fact that they implemented vehicles into the game. This feature was taken out the very next year in Modern Warfare 2, and we didn't see it in Call of Duties for a long period of time. And I don't even really know when the next Call of Duty that had vehicles was, but it may have been the more recent Modern Warfare with Warzone and everything. And by vehicles, I don't mean just a car that you can drive around in, I mean a tank, which you were able to use in the Ground War playlist of this game. So when you were able just to hop in a tank with a friend or someone and just fly around the map, it was a lot of fun. Something else that was pretty cool about World at War was the fact that this was one of the first Call of Duties on the next gen console at the time, which was the Xbox 360. Which is crazy to think about since here we are in the Xbox Series X several years later playing the same exact game. Something else that was pretty cool about this game were the maps and weapons. First of all, the maps were definitely really cool and unique, and things that you weren't seeing in other Call of Duties. This game obviously took place around World War II, so all the maps had to do with that idea and setting. And the way they went on developing these maps, it definitely portrayed that very clearly, and it all played very well. And with this, obviously they dropped some pretty cool weapons that went along with the whole World War II theme, which really kept the game all together. All of the guns were a lot of fun to use and play with, and there was definitely a lot of different ones to pick from. Some of the other things that were pretty unique in this game would have to be the perks. One perk that really stands out that everyone used to run was Juggernaut, and it's essentially the same exact thing as it is in Zombies. For those of you that don't know what Juggernaut is for some reason, it essentially just gives you more health. And not just with explosives, just with anything. With normal bullets, you just have a lot more health. So if you weren't running this perk in this game, you were put at a severe disadvantage because most of the time, nearly everyone was running this perk. And if you played World at War in its prime, you know that grenades were crazy in this game, and several people used a lot of them, so you really needed this perk in order to live for a certain period of time. But there was a lot of other perks that you were able to use, some of them being good, others being very annoying or bad. But overall, the perks in this game were really cool. And some of them we still see until this day, and others we really don't. For one example being Juggernaut. Thankfully we don't have that anymore, and we have stuff like Flat Jacket that only helps with grenades and whatnot. But something else that was really big and crazy and fun in World at War would have to be the zombies. Overall, this is where zombies all started, and still to this day, as I mentioned before, we're still playing on some of the original maps that just have been remastered. And just thinking about that, if you played this game, you understand those maps and what they were. And nowadays, just with the Call of Duty community, there are several new individuals who have started playing in the past few years that have no idea what these maps were originally and where they even came from. This was the Call of Duty that gave us all the characters and the storyline. This storyline led up into several Call of Duties after this and only ended with these original characters not too long ago. Something that was interesting about the zombies in this game was I believe you had to complete the campaign in order to unlock all the maps in order to play them. This is definitely something we don't see in the more recent Call of Duties, but this was something that happened back then. And overall, the zombies in this game was just a lot of fun to play, especially when you had a group of friends to play with. And being able to hop back on nearly 13 years later to play on a next-gen console has honestly been really cool, and I definitely recommend playing if you guys have a squad to play with. And definitely with that improved resolution and better FPS, it is looking fantastic. Something to note is the fact that this is my original Call of Duty World at War Xbox 360 disc that I was able to throw into my Xbox Series X and have it download without any problems. So with all that being said, guys, I definitely recommend that you guys go and download this game if you guys have it laying around somewhere, and see if you're able to get into some online games. And if you guys do go on to get into some lobbies, let me know down in the comments below how long it ended up taking you. With all that, guys, if you did go on to enjoy today's video, definitely drop a like down below and subscribe to see some more Call of Duty content just like this. I've come out with a bunch of other different Call of Duties on the Xbox Series X, so if you guys are interested in seeing how they play, definitely check those out, and I'll link that playlist down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.